Hello, I'm Dr. De Leon. Putting on a series of videos. I just did several on vital signs. This next series is going to be on neurological evaluations. I was a combat medic at the beginning of my career, became an emergency medical technician in New York City, then went on to med school, eventually was an EMT course director for several years at Fort Campbell. And I've been teaching medics and medical students, primary care residents, and nurse practitioners and residents. So I want to put these out there. Hopefully you enjoy them and you subscribe. Today we're doing cranial nerves. All right. Anybody can sit there and look up all the names of the cranial nerves. All right. But the way I'm going to do this is not, you don't remember any of this. What you need to remember is functional. So let's break up the nervous system. The nervous system has two parts. You have a central nervous system, brain, spinal cord, and you have a peripheral nervous system, everything leaving the brain and spinal cord out to your body parts. Within the peripheral nervous system, you have two systems of peripheral nervous system. One is autonomic, and the other is somatic. Autonomic are those things that are under automatic control. You don't think about them. They just happen. Digestion, renal blood flow, renal filtration, heart rate, respirations, digestion. All of these things that are happening internally under neurological control, but are not under conscious control. I don't have to think about my kidneys filtered, my heart beating, me breathing, for those things to occur. I can have some conscious mind-body control of some of that stuff, input conscious but not control. Then you have somatic, which is the things I consciously control. All right. Within the nervous system, peripheral nervous system, we also break the nerves down into two types. One type, nerves are nothing more than copper wiring carrying information, so information is going to go on a two-way street. One way is carrying information from the body to the spinal cord to the brain to tell the brain what's going on. So they are sensors. Hot, cold, sharp, dull, whatever. All right. And then command signals from the brain out the spinal cord, out the nerves to tell the body to do something. All right, whether it's move, digest, whatever. All right, so you have sensory and you have motor. And again, we then break up into autonomic and somatic. Within the autonomic system, you also can break it down again into turkey dinner versus fight, flight, freeze. So the lion sees you, it's hungry. Your job, be faster than your friend, all right? And you go into fight or flight. Your autonomic nervous system, through the sympathetic nervous system, says, let's get that adrenaline going, make the heart beat stronger, faster, more efficient, tell the lungs open up, more airflow, blood flow, go to the muscles, screw the intestines. We don't need intestines right now, we need muscles, we gotta go. Versus turkey dinner. All right, hey, we got all this food to digest. We're not running a marathon right now. We need to go take a nap. Blood flow, go to your intestines. Heart, calm down. Lungs, calm down. Let's go take a nap and rest and let food digest. All right, so just some background on the nervous system. Now, specifically within the peripheral nervous system, on the somatic side, again, the conscious control side, we break it up into two parts anatomically. That is, where are the nerves leaving the central nervous system to go to your body parts? So we have nerves leaving your skull to control things from your neck up. And we have things leaving your spinal cord to control things from the neck down. So those that are leaving the spinal canal are leaving the spine, so we call them spinal nerves. Those that are leaving the skull is the cranium, so we call them cranial nerves. there are 12 cranial nerves on each side. So you have a right and a left. All right, again, here are the 12 cranial nerves with all their names. My goal here is not for you to remember any of this, but functionally know how to test all of this. Clinically use this information to then help make decisions. What you need to do is know what normal looks like so you know when you see abnormal. You don't need to understand why you see abnormal, just go, well, that's not right. You need to see somebody smarter than me, refer up. So when I see funny stuff, I go, you need to see somebody smarter than me. God invented neurologist, so I'm doing a referral. And my question pattern is, how quickly do I need to get that referral over to him? Is it an emergent? Is it urgent? Is it a routine referral? Those kind of things. So, 12 cranial nerves, lots of fancy names. All right? We just got to think two things. Sensory motor. That's the only thing we really need to understand when we assess the nervous system. All right? What sensory information am I looking for? What motor information am I looking for? So, I'm going to do a little erasure. This has been up there a while. Again, you can Google the 12 cranial nerves. You can Yahoo it. You can Bing it. Whatever search engine you want to use. All right? So, again, I'm not focused on what the names of the 12 cranial nerves are. All right? I just want to go from top to bottom, go from the top of the head to my neck, and figure out what I should be testing. So, as I come down from the top of my head, the first major thing I run into is my eyeballs. Well, what are the eyeballs? Well, let's think about it. Sensory motor. Sensory, what do the eyeballs do? They see. So I want to check visual acuity. All right. I am going to do in the near future a whole blindness thing and visual fields and a really cool neuroval of vision. Hello.
Hi.
Just gonna wait for it to pass through. But today, I'm just gonna focus on just straight ahead vision. Can they see? All right. Ideally, you got one of those charts with 20 feet and you do 20/20 vision. But in this case, you know, if you're out in the field, they can read a 4x4 held 1 foot from face. They can count fingers. They can pick up movement, shadows. They can't see it all. And I'm checking right and I'm checking left. So you're just doing visual confrontation. All right, we're not getting into visual fields again. That's going to be a separate one. That's going to be really, really cool. Please come back and pick that up. It'll be in a few days. So we're doing just straight ahead. Can they see? And how well can they see? Life limb eyesight, you're losing vision. That's an emergent evacuation. All right? So then we have, what else do the eyes do? Well, the eyes move because things are over here. I'm going to look over there. I'm going to look over here. I'm going to look up, look down. So I want to check motor. So the visual acuity, that's optic nerve, that's 2. Don't have to remember that. Just know that you're looking for vision. When you're doing motor, what you want to do is you want to do, I think orange is the same color. Green doesn't want to write. Hit these points. I don't care if you do it this way, you do it as an H, I don't care. But you want to hit, in this case, right, left, and the 4 corners of a box. All right? So I'm having them follow my finger with their eyes only. That's right. And the 4 corners of a box. Whether I'm doing it like this, whether I'm doing it like this, but I definitely want to be horizontal when I go left and right. All right, and then hit the 4 corners of a box. Can they track my finger? Does it become double? Whatever. There are 3 nerves. So we got 1 already. We got 12 of them. total. We got 3, we got optic nerve, that's 1. We got 3 that move the eye. So right now I'm at 4 nerves, and all I've done was play with the eyes. I'm at 4 out of 12. And all I've done is check the eyes. Visual acuity and eye motion. Left, right, and hit the corners of a box. Next is nose. Well, it is rare for anybody to be checking the nose, olfactory, cranial nerve number 1, that smell, but sometimes they do that. They break out these little oils, all right, and they whip it. Can you smell this oil? Can you smell that oil? All right, and we do that, but classically, out in the field, in the clinic, everybody skips olfactory. So that's 1 you don't have to worry about, so we're now done 5. We skipped 1, we got 4, we're done, and we just did eyes and ears. Then we get ears. Ears of hearing, ears of balance. All right, we're just going to check hearing. All right, we're not going to check balance. There are other systems that are involved in balance, and all right, usually you're testing the other systems more than the vestibular system when you're doing things like the Romberg, close your eyes, feet together, because by the time the vestibular system tells you you're falling, you've already fallen and you're relying on another system to keep you from falling. So if you don't fall, it doesn't mean your vestibular's out or working. All right? But patients with vestibular issues will talk about being out of balance, room spinning, things like that. All right? And that's its own workup. But we want to check hearing. So we got the ears, hearing, that's 8. Cranial nerve number 8. So we're at 6 of them so far. So many ways to do that. I've had residents go in and whisper a word in each ear. And can you tell me what the word is? I like to rub my fingers, and I say, which side do you hear me rub my fingers on? And then I rub my fingers by both. And I see, do they feel light rub? Or they go, oh, now I hear it. Which side? Right side. Well, I know they're not hearing the left because I'm doing it on both. And, oh, there's it on the left. So I'll increase the volume from a light little finger rub all the way up to a snap to see, is it equal and are they picking it up right away, or is it delayed and they're picking it up versus the other. All right? So we get down to mouth. Well, everybody's gone to the doctor, and when you go to the doctor, the classic thing that happens is you go to the doctor, they break out that piece of wood, and they go, open your mouth and say, ah. You're looking for posterior-pharyngeal movements, gag reflex. When we talk about posterior-pharyngeal movements, you got that little punching bag dangling, the uvula. That punching bag dangling is attached to a rope on either side. The rope goes over pulleys and then has muscles on either side. So if you imagine a sandbag with ropes coming over pulleys, and you got a person on either side, and they pull at the same time, the sandbag goes straight up. If one of them pulls and the other one doesn't, the sandbag's going to deviate to the side that's pulling. So you're watching that uvula. When they say ah, and that's ah, really get that. You want to see that uvula. You want to see it go straight up and down. You want to gag them. All right, really neat thing to do. But you gag them and you see that. That's posterior pharyngeal movement and sensation. That's cranial nerves 9 and 10. All right, 10 is a big one because it's a vagus nerve and it's part of the parasympathetic system as well as posterior pharyngeal movement, so it's a big deal nerve. All right, but so when we look at, again, that uvula dangling, posterior pharyngeal. All right, you got the back of the, everything in good colors. You got the back of that throat. You want to see that uvula and understand there is a muscle going to a pulley, going down, and a muscle going to a pulley, going down. So again, when this guy pulls, It's going to go to that side. When that guy pulls, it's going to that side. If they both pull, they go straight up. So that's what you're looking for. All right? So, we got 1 nose, 2 eyes, 3, 4, and 6 eyes, 8 ears, 9, 10. So we're missing 5, 7, and 11, and 12. So we're already more than halfway there in our checking. Then we got the mouth. The other thing in the mouth is the tongue. The tongue is a muscle. The tongue moves. Now here's an interesting thing. And again, going back like this, if this thing just, you're looking for it to go straight up and down. If it goes to one side and you forget what that means, doesn't matter. What it does mean is it's not right. All right? It should go straight up and down. If it deviates to one side, that's what you're looking for. Whether it means that this side is weak versus that side weak, don't worry about it. Just worry about that it's not normal. All right? Next we get into tongue movements. The tongue protrudes. You got 2 sides, 2 muscles. If they work together, the tongue is coming straight out at you. If my right side is working and my left side is not, the tongue's going to push to the side and they can't get it to come straight out. So stick your tongue straight out at me. Stick your tongue out to the right. Stick your tongue out to the left. If they have weakness on the left, they're going to go stick your tongue out straight. Stick your tongue out to the left. Stick your tongue out to the right. No, stick it out to the right. Can't get it over there. Some people also pushing into my hand. You don't get saliva on you, but you can feel the strength of the tongue. All right, cranial nerve number 12. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. We're missing 7, 5, and 11. All right, so what we've done is eyes see, eyes move. Nose smells, we ignore. Ears hear, mouth, gag, uvula, dangly thing going up and down, and tongue moves. Very simple. Well, the face itself. Well, again, sensory motor. Well, we got sensory to the face. Number 5, trigeminal nerve. Tri means 3. Breaks up into 3 different branches. 1, if you feel your eyebrow here, you might feel a notch, and that's where a branch of that nerve is coming up to do your forehead. If you feel below your eye, you might feel a notch, and that's where a branch is coming out to do your cheek. There's a hole in your chin, you'll never feel it, and that's where a branch is coming out to do the chin area. So I'm checking sensation to all 3 areas. Light touch, I'll pinch, or I'll poke it with something. I get a paper clip, bend it out and just poke them with the paper clip to see if they can feel sharp and dull. All right? So that's sensory to the face, 3 areas on either side. Well, the face feels and the face moves. Big smile, close your eyes. A very critical thing, open your eyes, big and wide surprise. Very critical thing is the forehead. The way the facial nerve leaves, there's some weird crisscrossing, not just a straight path, with the forehead separate from the rest of the face. So depending upon where the lesion is on the facial nerve, they can have palsy of the entire side of a face, with one forehead not moving and one cheek not moving. Or it just might be the cheeks not moving, but the forehead is. Again, you don't have to worry about what that means in terms of where the lesion is, but you can see it. Is the smile symmetric? Is the forehead wrinkle symmetric? That's what you got to look for. If you see these things, write it down. So we want that happy face. All right. So again, let's see. We'll make a face here. And we want to see, here's our eyeballs, our nose, our happy mouth. Boy, I'm not a great drawer. But we do want to see nice symmetric wrinkle on the foreheads. We want to see nice, good nasolabial folds when they smile. All right, we want to see those eyes crunch down. So we want to see all these lines. Wrinkle those eyes, open those eyes, big smile, looking for any asymmetry. All right, so excuse my bad drawing. All right, so we've done eyes, see here, nose smells, ignore, ears here, face feels and moves. 3 areas on either side, smile, close your eyes, open your eyes big and wide, tongue, ah, gag them, tongue out. All right, right there we've got 11 of the 12. We're missing 1. Well, I said cranial nerves do from the neck up and spinal does from the neck down. So both are doing the neck. All right, specifically the sternocleidomastoid muscle. It turns the head. So the one on the right is going to turn my head to the left. The one on the left is going to turn my head to the right. So I have them turn the head, not lean their head, turn their head, and I feel that muscle. Is it nice and beefy? And then I have them shrug. The trapezius muscle elevates the shoulders, shrug, and I put some weight down on their shoulders to push it down. All right? So, again, in doing that, we've checked all the cranial nerves. We don't have to remember anything because we just, what we see in front of us, don't have to remember any of the names, just, hey, he's got an asymmetric face and his tongue deviates to the right. The uvula goes to the left. You know, one eyelid doesn't quite open on the right. Hey, I've already started to put together what that means, where the lesion is, things like that. You don't have to remember any of that means, but you got to know how to test it. And testing it is so straightforward and simple. So, eyes see, eyes move, ears hear, gag them, watch your uvula go up and down, tongue moves, face feels, turn the head, shrug the shoulders, you're done. Very simple. And you don't have to remember any of those 12 cranial nerves at all, or any of the names, just write what you find and know that what normal is, and then everything else is abnormal, write it down, refer it out. All right? So, our happy guy, I am a horrible artist, but we'll be talking visual fields, blindness, things like that. It's going to be very interesting coming up next time. So look forward to that. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time on my channel out here.